tonight's webinar with each and every one of you. I wanted to thank Dan Cully and Haley Valentine and let's see, Caitlin Stout and all my staff for allowing me to take over tonight's webinar because I have something I really want to talk to you guys about. It's something that's very cool, unique, and different. And it's something that's very kind of cutting edge that I believe personally will be so fun and so cool to execute. But before I get ahead of myself, I just wanted to kind of precursor what we're talking about tonight as an opportunity for everybody to grow their business. As you know, the Marinda corporate office, your support staff here in Marinda, North America, is always constantly looking for new ways and new opportunities to help and assist you guys in truly partnering up with each and every one of you to create opportunities to make it easier for you to attract customers, business builders, potential clients, generate leads, no matter what stage you are in your business. And tonight we're going to be talking about an opportunity that to me does exactly just that. You see, we've talked about it so many times that the world is changing, that so many people are starting online businesses, that a lot of people are starting to sell online, move product online, and not really waste a lot of time with long term brick and mortar locations. However, the statistics of the retail world and the shopping community still show us that over 95% of most items bought are still bought offline in retail locations. So, what does this mean for online retailers? It means that they have to create an opportunity to actually come up with a way that they can capitalize predominantly online, but also cater to some offline or location presence. And so that's something that we want to kind of consider. The other thing that we're taking into consideration, or I'm taking into consideration, is for me, my opinion is this: your business grows. Your business has an opportunity to grow faster. Your customers have an opportunity to be more abundant the easier we make it to buy products. And the easier we make it for people to walk home with products in hand. And so, with these two concepts, I was thinking about what we can do to really help our distributors' business. In the past, we would either do opportunity meetings or this big tour, come do product showcases. And to me, this is all great. However, these are already activities that you, the leaders, you, our sales force, should already be doing through discovery parties, one on ones, um, through building opportunities, Saturdays trainings, through your own conference calls. I know many of you have your own conference calls, your own webinars, and I know that you guys are doing this on a continual basis. And so my thought is, how can I help our distributor base without replicating their efforts? And so tonight, I want to introduce to you a concept that I would like to try in a few test markets to get and to see if this is a viable option to help you guys build your business more rapidly. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to introduce to you a concept we call pop up shops. Now, I know that some of you have already done your versions of pop up shops. I know some of you are very familiar with pop up shops. But I know that the majority of people on tonight's conference call probably are not completely familiar with what a pop up shop is, or maybe exactly what or how to execute one. And so I want to talk a little bit about that this evening. A pop up shop, they're really kind of taking over the communities. They are kind of really changing the retail world and helping marketers and helping companies rethink the traditional brick and mortar locations and big box stores. But a lot of people still they've heard of pop up shops. They might kind of basically have a loose understanding of what a pop up shop is. But let's go ahead and, for the sake of this webinar, really define what a pop up shop is. A pop up shop is a temporary retail space that sells merchandise of any kind. And just about every product category, from weddings to art galleries to restaurants to clothing to little knickknacks to shoes, they've all been sold in a pop up shop type environment. Now, the pop-up shops, they're designed to really create a short-term buzz that really is creative and very, very engaging to the customers. You see, they're not a long-term shop. And this is exactly what online businesses are turning to help them kind of create awareness for more customers. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Major brands from high end to every single day have used pop up shops all the time. As you can see in the upper left hand corner, Hermes used pop up shops to sell bags and scarves for hundreds of dollars a piece. eBay, who doesn't actually own any actual products, have created a pop up shop that allows people to go in and use their shop to bid and buy products from their website. H&M has redesigned a crate, a shipping container, making it look like a box, and put it right on the beach and sold beachwear to those people at the beach. In the bottom corner, you can see Lego created a small pop-up shop and started selling Lego in international markets. And even Coca-Cola clothing created a pop-up shop out of shipping containers. And all of these things are just minimal examples, just a very few examples of how major brands, even major brands, use pop-up shops every single day, all the time. And so I want to kind of explore exactly what is a pop-up shop. Now, pop-up shops are typically any 1 day to 3 months, but for our purposes, it's going to be 1 to 3 days. They're going to be located in very high foot traffic areas such as city centers and malls and very busy streets. You know, the thing that I really liked about pop-up shops is the fact that they are much lower cost than a traditional store, because I'm only using the space for a day, an afternoon, a couple of days, maybe up to 3 days. And so I get a really, really, really good deal on a lot of these. And usually I can just pay up front and just use them for this location. You know, the thing that is really incredible about pop-up shops that many of you probably um, might not fully grasp at this time is not only are they used to sell products and launch new products, but what's really cool about a pop-up shop is that they are actually used to generate awareness. Get into maybe a location that we haven't been in before, or maybe get into a location that people might feel like the market is saturated. We can move inventory. It's a great way to bring inventory and move it to people that are interested in our products. We can actually test an idea there. We can test products. We can test concepts and ideas through pop-up shops, or test a location, maybe moving into a city that we want to know if we're going to be able to do business in. We could do a pop-up shop and see what kind of interest is generated there. And then it also kind of increases the cool factor or the wow factor, because people on the streets will be walking by it, they'll see it, and they'll be pretty impressed and want to be compelled to walk in because it's a new brand, it's a new product, it's kind of something that's new, chic, and maybe unheard of before. And so it's kind of a really cool way to start generating buzz about our businesses. And not only that, a lot of us have already agreed that brick and mortar locations kind of offer a little bit of validity and stability to customers and business potential customers and business partners. And so this is a great way to begin to create these fun, interactive locations for low cost and kind of potentially a high return. Now, here's some benefits. You know, a pop-up shop is going to allow us to connect with customers, your customers. We're going to be able to interact personally. We're going to get to know them. They're going to get to know the corporate staff, and we're going to be able to build a stronger relationship. We're going to actually begin to have product expertise, product experts ask questions, get them answered. We're going to start selling more product, because again, like I said, 95% of all purchases are still being completed offline in locations. Online is taking over the industry. However, you can still go to a mall and find it packed out. You know, this is an opportunity to take advantage of a retail channel in a traditional online opportunity. Now, again, building awareness. Customers and the media love the excitement generated by pop-up shops. They build brand awareness by going offline. Now, I want to give some recognition over to our distributor team, the Mad team up in Brooklyn. We did a pop-up shop up there, and they invited beauty bloggers. They invited people that were beauty experts on social media to come and participate, to come and get a facial, to discover Taymana, to talk about our products. They came in, they blogged about it, they created awareness, and it's a great opportunity to really start using local social media channels to help you amplify your reach and amplify people that are possibly interested in becoming business partners with you by again psychologically adding some what people feel is a little legitimacy to our business. It's cheaper. A pop-up shop is 80% cheaper than buying a traditional store, and which is really important because again, we don't have Marinda is not going to invest all the resources to begin to open up stores every single major city that we do business in. They're not going to spend that resources, but with a pop-up shop, we can totally come in, spend a couple days, sell product, um, create awareness, get people trying, experiencing, sampling, feeling, maybe tasting some of our products. And again, it helps us learn and go into new areas that potentially we didn't know if we could go do business in. And so it's really really beneficial to start looking at this strategy. Now, the test market cities that I'm looking at currently is Brooklyn, New York, Orlando, Florida, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Los Angeles, California, Baltimore, Maryland, and Honolulu, Hawaii. Okay. Now, the dates for these test market cities are going to be somewhere between October and December, and they really haven't been determined just yet, other than Honolulu, Hawaii. I know that we're going to be doing sometime at the end of October. Now, the dates are going to be determined by myself in consultation with Dan Colley and the local leaders of these predetermined areas. Now, I know some of you are looking on this list of cities and you're kind of either heartbroken or you're frustrated or maybe your national or your regional pride or your home city pride is perking up going, why is my city not there? That's a great question. There's a couple I want to answer and address that right now. Two things more specifically. One, keep in mind that these are test markets. We are actually going into an area where it is kind of an unknown for us. We're on the cutting edge. Our industry doesn't do this. Network marketing companies don't do this. We're on the cutting edge of trying to make this happen. And so I didn't want to go all out and do a 50 city tour when we're not confident that this strategy is going to be really well received and really well used by our IPCs. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't contact Dan or myself and express interest in having a pop-up shop in your location? Absolutely not. Please email us and express interest and kind of let's start working. The other reason why we've picked these cities is because we feel that each one of these cities has the distributor base to fully support and fill the pop-up shop location for the duration of time that we are there. Remember, to do a pop-up shop is probably going to cost me anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, depending on how long we're staying and all that kind of other logistics. However, I don't want to be sitting in a pop-up shop by myself with just looking at Dan and looking at Haley or Caitlin. Look, I can stay in Utah and look at those people. I'm coming to work. We're coming to work. We're coming to meet customers, create awareness, and we need to partner up with our distributors in order to make that happen. And so I believe these 6 cities has the distributor force that will be able to kind of create buzz around the pop-up shop where we're at and what we're doing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And so the other thing is these cities are going to help us determine if it's a viable marketing plan in order to start going into other major markets like Chicago, Dallas, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, all these other cities. Wisconsin, going up to Milwaukee, or I'm sure I'm leaving out tons and tons of cities like Atlanta and Miami and Jacksonville. The point that I'm getting at is we want to make sure that we know that what we are doing, we know the return that we're going to get, and we know that this will be able to be supported by distributors. It's like trying to put a major league franchise sports team into a city. one of the things you have to decide is, can that city actually support that sports team? And so one of the things we're really looking for is cities that can support these pop-up shops. Now, as far as location for these test markets, those are all to be determined also. Now, we are looking for really, like we said, high foot traffic, chic, you know, um, locations that will allow us some exposure. However, if we cannot find these locations um, and make them readily available, I have no problem. I have no problem going into a hotel. I don't. In fact, that's my next slide. We're looking for cities that will be looking, locations located in solid foot traffic areas, easy to get to, perhaps trendy locations that represent the Marinda brand. However, if a location has not been worked out, we're going to set up a shop in a hotel room and test the market from that location. Meaning, even if we can't find a really cool location, we are going to get a meeting room, get a hotel, make a store, and use the distributor base in that area to help drive. Because even that will help give us a sense of if this is a viable opportunity, if this is something our distributors can support, and if people are going to help, if this is going to help IPCs make money. And so the next few pictures I want to show you are actual pop-up shop locations located around the country that are possible opportunities. We have, this is a great one in Brooklyn, New York. I know we also have another location in Brooklyn, New York. This is a great one in, I think this is also either in Los Angeles or New York as well. This is in San Francisco, actually. It is a refurbished shipping container that is really chic and trendy right now. This is a spot in Los Angeles that might be kind of cool to look at. And if you can see, all of these are very clean. All of these are very empty, and they're ready for us to come in and make them a Marinda location. This is a great location as well. Plenty of windows, great view from the street. Really, really great location. Now, what I want to go on is kind of tell you what Marinda is going to be responsible for these pop-up shops and what the distributors are going to be responsible for in the pop-up shops, just so we can get these conversations going. See, Marinda, we're going to take care of all the aesthetics. What does that mean? We're going to take care of, bringing the posters, the signage, making sure the store looks clean and representative, a good representation of our brand and a good representation of what you can put your name behind. We're going to be bringing various products to sell at the shop. We're going to be bringing the furniture to sell to, display the products and product displays. We're going to be working with the local leaders to determine what products will be most likely to sell. We're not going to bring, I don't want to bring products that are just going to sit there because space is going to be very limited. So I'm not going to be able to bring every product that we have. And so we'll have to work really close with the local team to make sure that we have product that's going to sell and make this the most positive, profitable opportunity possible. Now, we're going to also provide special promotions, special little fun things that get people to, fear of loss and get them to buy while they're there, on-site location only, maybe some percentage off, maybe enter into a raffle, maybe get, drawing, those type of things. And we're also going to be providing various samples for our patrons. When you bring in your customers, we'll have product samples of various products like oils and Temana. Maybe we'll be doing some juice sampling. There's a lot of things that we can do, but we're going to be coordinating with the local leaders to make sure that this is going to be the most positive and profitable opportunity for you guys possible. The other thing that we're going to be doing is within a reasonable time after the event, within the reasonable time before the event, and once we got a location and the details are kind of set, our sales team is going to hold a special conference call with both local leaders and any other leader that is interested in taking advantage of the location of this expressed city. And we're going to go over all the details of the pop-up shop, what it looks like, and what can be done to help drive contacts and people to the shop. This is the time where we're going to invite previous pop-up shop patrons to come and kind of give some testimonials, get excitement, maybe say what worked for them to drive traffic in and, to close deals and all that kind of other stuff. but I want to make sure that every leader who wants to be involved in what to expect with this pop-up shop in my local areas is going to have an opportunity to not only be involved from a standpoint of knowing all the details, knowing what we're doing, and not be surprised, but I also want to include anybody, say, if you live up in Milwaukee and we're doing a pop up shop down in Los Angeles, that you're going to have an opportunity to do Facebook ads and campaigns and send people to the Los Angeles store. You're going to want to know what we're doing, what the promotions are, and all those other things that pertain to that location. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, getting people to come into the shop, that is going to be completely up to the IPCs. It's going to be up to the local leaders to set appointments, maybe with groups or individuals, discovery parties, if the space allows, if the time allows, to run ads, to do campaigns, to drive people in, to meet friends there, to kind of come in and talk about, the products with us. You see, because the pop-up shop is going to be a great low-stress way of introducing potential customers and business builders to Morinda, our products and our opportunity. And so what else you guys can do is you guys can use social media to really drive your teams and your customers and your contacts to the pop-up shop. You can do Facebook ads. You can do Facebook posts. You can send emails on your own. You can use the Morinda Office Pro tool. You can use Twitter. And once you're also there, if we're there for a multiple day, maybe 2 or 3 days, maybe on the first day, you're going to want to do a Facebook Live event. Bring people in, show them the shop, get people excited, get them to talk to people, maybe show them a product or two and tell them to come on down because we have great promotions and specials that are just going to be lasting while we're in the location area. Now, all of this is going to be done. But so the question then becomes, hey, listen, if I'm in Milwaukee and this pop-up shop is in Los Angeles, what am I going to do to make sure that I get credit for the people that I send to the shop? And this is my answer on the special footnote on the bottom. If a non-local IPC runs advertising to get people and contacts to the pop-up shop, I'm just going to suggest that maybe you use a promo code. Tell them to use promo code Tahiti or Tracy or Big Money, or Go Big. And then what you're going to want to do is let us know what that promo code is beforehand. So if somebody comes bebopping into the shop, wants to place some product after talking to one of the salespeople, and they said, oh, I'm supposed to use promo code Tracy, we're going to know that person came in because they were Tracy Turnberg's contact, or they responded to an ad that he put in, or Valencia or Art or whomever the promo code belongs to. And so that's a great way for us to kind of allow distributors that are not local and maybe not even be able to be present to advertise, to get people to our shops, to get people into the shops, allowing the U.S. sales team to kind of answer questions, walk them through, and get credit for any sale that we can help close. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great opportunity, and I think definitely everybody can participate in these pop-up shops, whether you're local or whether you're not. But if you're not local, please identify yourself to us on the cities and the locations you're going to want to participate in so we can make sure we get you the details. And also, if you're not local, let us know the promo codes or some kind of distinguishing factor you're asking your customers and your clients and your business partners to use as they're coming in. Now, pop-up shops. I'm so excited about all this. I've seen them work. I've seen them help people become very profitable. They help create awareness. They help each one of you guys create new contacts. They are low stress. And I personally believe that this could be something that could be very, very powerful in the future. I know that most of you online on tonight's call probably remember the days of sales offices and how awesome it was to have a store that you can just take people to, buy product, show them around, get your questions answered, and that's what we want to do. But the great thing about a pop-up shop is because it's so short, it creates this sense of urgency that people only have 1, 2, maybe 3 days at the most to come in, experience, try, and so it gets this great sense of urgency to participate. We're going to have them staffed by corporate people that are very product knowledgeable, that are business knowledgeable, that are friendly, that will represent you and the brand so well. I guarantee that. These are going to be incredible opportunities. And I'm hoping that through these pop-up shops, we're going to see a great avenue in another way that we are going to provide tools, opportunities, and product ease of purchase in the local areas. And so over the next few days, my sales team, Dan, Chelsea, Wendy, Haley, are going to be reaching out to some of the local leaders in those cities and begin the process of setting dates, of looking forward to maybe helping look and spot out some locations, maybe helping us kind of get a look and feel of what we're looking for, products, and all that fun stuff. So if you in those cities, let me go ahead and put them up again one more time. If you're in one of these cities, please give us a call. Please email us. Identify yourselves. Let us know that you're in or you're out. If we don't hear from anybody from Orlando, then maybe we're not going to go to Orlando. If I don't hear anybody from Los Angeles, maybe we're not going to go to Los Angeles, because remember, I'm putting this location and I'm investing resources in creating the opportunity, but it's up to the distributors to drive traffic to these locations, take advantage and use them as an opportunity to build a business and to earn an income. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for being on tonight's webinar. That's it for tonight. And as always, stay strong. The weekend is coming. God bless each and every one of you. Love you guys, and we'll see you guys